Sometimes playing solo queue for hours and hours on end make you actually hate the game of Overwatch. With no one joining team chat and no semblance of synergy, solo queue can honestly set you up for failure. If you want to partner duo queue and try your best to synergize, you can have immensely more impact than you would ever be able to have in solo queue. That being said, in this video, we're going to be breaking down the top 10 synergistic duos in the game, as well as give you tips and tricks on how to master that duo together. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? At the highest level, Overwatch has always been a game about teamwork. A 6v6 competitive game mode with dynamic abilities that you combine together in order to get definitive teamfight wins. That being said, many ranked matches never play out that way. Especially in solo queue, sometimes you'll get lucky if you get off one single ultimate combo in the whole game. That being said, if you duo queue together with someone you trust and try to actively practice synergistic duos, you can get tons of teamfight wins and win free SR. Being able to combine abilities, playstyles, or even ultimates, there are tons of duo queues that can generate tons and tons of impact more together than they ever could get separately. Especially with the giant amount of changes to PTR coming soon and no definitive meta in sight, relying on the raw power of character combinations is the best way to gain SR for the foreseeable future. Now, before we jump into the list, you need to understand three things. Firstly, this list is going to be talking about your average game of Overwatch. Just because a combination is not played that much at pro level doesn't mean it can't have tons of impact in each and every one of your games. Secondly, I'm going to refrain from combining the same character to the same role multiple times over and over again. While a character like Mercy is synergistic with a ton of different DPS, I'm going to give you one example of the best combination in the video. While the other combinations might be just as viable, I'm not going to fill up the whole tier list with repeat combinations of very similar playstyles. Lastly, while this list will point out some of the best synergistic duos in the game, there's only one place where you can master these characters as quickly as possible. GameLeap.com has some of the best guides handcrafted by Grandmaster players to ensure you have the best quality guide available. If you want to master these synergistic duos as quickly as possible, grab a buddy and go to GameLeap.com and you'll climb rank after rank together. Now let's jump right into the list, kicking it off with number 10, Tracer and Zen. Tracer is a backline flanker and a kill confirmer, and Zen is the best character to help her do this. Discord is an incredibly strong ability, allowing for your team to focus fire something and burn it that much quicker. That being said, due to many of the barriers in the game, even if you discord a target in the backlines, it's really hard for most of your team to do anything about it. That's where Tracer comes in. Tracer can easily set up a flank or sneak past enemy lines in order to punish an enemy DPS or support that Zen puts discord on. Even an average Tracer can one-clip a DPS or support as long as they have Discord on them. Going on every single target your Zenyatta calls can be a way to get tons of picks, pressure the enemy takes, and dominate team fights. Also, Zenyatta can easily heal a Tracer that's peeking in the backline, and he's one of the best healers on Tracer because she doesn't need to be healed up that much. As long as she has a little bit more sustain, have tons more impact, and won't have to retreat to her team or a health pack anywhere near as much. Now moving on to the next duo on our list, Anna and Brig at number 9. Now, you might fundamentally not think that these two go together, but in ranked, they can have insane impact. The first one is a direct correlation between Biotic Nade and Brigitte's Inspire mechanic. While affected allies get hit by Biotic Nade, they actually get 50% additional healing. Because of Brig's Inspire mechanic, the amount of heals allow you to really take aggressive fights with the enemy. This means simply nading your team and walking into the enemy team with Brig in a Rhine v Rhine matchup can make you out-sustain the enemy pound for pound and outright win the team fight. Next up, Brig covers one of Anna's greatest weakness, the fact that she can be pushed on and she has no movement ability. Brig is one of the best peelers in the game and makes it so you cannot dive at Anna. An Anna and Brig together can duel any character in the entire game. This means that while Brig also benefits from Anna's utility, she can also protect Anna so that Anna can get maximized effect without being punished. And lastly, a nanoed Brig is like a raid boss that is almost unkillable. A nanoed Brig, especially if she ults, is nearly unstoppable and can run rampant, winning a whole team fight. Don't underestimate this combo because it can definitely win you tons of ranked games. Moving on to number 8, we got Wrecking Ball and Widow. Now this is an interesting combo and it's one you might not expect. Well, Wrecking Ball and Widow are actually two of the best combos in the entire game for ranked. How many times have you been playing a Widow and time again the enemy swaps Widow to try to contest you? Imagine how much work you could get done if that Widow is constantly being pressured and shut down and you get free fire onto the enemy team. Wrecking Ball is pound for pound the best tank at pressuring an enemy Widow, and if he either pressures or kills the Widow, it can allow you to win the matchup or simply run rampant onto the enemy team. While the enemy team will have their DPS swap to a Widow in order to contest you, your Hammond shutting them down means that you're free in order to get tons of pickoffs. Another interesting combo that is actually pretty consistent is when the Wrecking Ball slams down, a headshot on Widow is super reliable. Because of the fixed movement that the enemy has, lining up headshots is easier than ever and can almost guarantee you a pick on a squishy if they bounce up in a consistent pattern. Moving on to number 7 on our list, Sombra and Rhine. This is a combo that's not the hardest to explain because it relies on one ultimate combo. Shatter plus EMP is one of the most reliable combos in the game to get a team wipe. Being able to EMP the whole enemy team and put them on a fixed CC means that you can easily kill the whole enemy team just with the Rhine and Sombra alone. It's an ultimate combo that relies on no synergy between your duo and the rest of the team. Sombra can also harass the enemy Rhine immensely by trying to hack them or put damage to them whenever possible. This duo pairing can allow you to win tons of free team fights throughout the game, which definitely will equate to more wins over time. Moving on to number 6, we got Anna and Genji. This is a combo that everyone knows, however recently it's been really out of style. However, due to the big changes in PTR, Genji and Anna are looking better than they have in a long time. Firstly, Anna is a ranged healer that can heal Genji no matter where he is. A good Anna can satiate a Genji's need for heals and allow him to get much more done on his hero. What you don't want to have happen is a Genji to take a little bit of damage and feel like he's forced to retreat back to his team for heals. This slows down just how fast Genji can build Blade and honestly prevents him from looking for key opportune pickoffs as much as he could be. Secondly, any targets that Anna nade, Genji can easily follow up with his vast amount of burst damage. However, we all know why this combo is just so deadly, and it comes down to Nanoblade. Trying to rely on Nanoblade in solo queue can be definite hit or miss. I played Genji throughout all ranks, and I can tell you trying to get a consistent nano from your Ana is impossible. Sometimes an Ana tells you she'll give it to you and simply doesn't. Or maybe you'll try one Nanoblade and it doesn't work out and the Ana will never nano you again. In this pairing as Genji, if you dash him into the air, it makes it easier for your duo to nano you. And giving Genji the confidence and consistent nanos can allow him to blade much more successfully every time. We're in top 5 territory now, and the first one is your favorite combo, Baptiste and Bastian. Now, we've faced this combo time and time again in some of our ranked matches, but you should try to start playing it yourself. One of the biggest ways that Bastion-Baptiste combos fail in the first place is a lack of communication between your Baptiste and your Bastion. Bastion needs to know exactly when Immortality Field is up, and Baptiste needs to make sure that they Immortality Field at the proper moment. A Bastion can easily peek around natural cover and get an Immortality Field that's protected by natural cover and face tank tons of damage. That being said, the Bastion has to rely on the ability of the Baptiste to keep him alive. I've seen so many times where the Bastion just gets completely bursted down and the Baptiste doesn't throw down his Immortality Field in time. Communication can easily make this matchup a nightmare for the enemy team to disrupt, so definitely set up this combo more often, because I promise if you whip it out in your ranked matches as a duo queue partner more often, you'll win tons of free rounds. Now, before we get into top 4 territory, do me a favor and smash that like button. We love doing daily uploads and we want to keep it going, so make sure to support us by smashing the like button and enjoy the rest of the video. Kicking off with number 4, this is a specific combo that if played correctly, feels oppressive to play against, and I've lost tons of times in my ranked games. And that combo is Doomfist and Soria. Now, this combo fundamentally feels uncounterable in some instances. The biggest problem with Doomfist is the fact that he can easily get in, get a kill, and get out. However, there are times where you can easily punish him by CC because he has to physically be close to your team. Consistent bubbles by Zarya make this impossible and make this not a viable strat to shut down a Doomfist. In fact, a constantly bubbled Doomfist can easily dive into your team, kill the McCree, tank the flashbang, and easily get out, getting a kill, and not dying himself. On top of this, the Zarya gets tons of charge, and the cycle can continue over and over again. Essentially, it basically neutralizes all of Doomfist's weakness, all while getting pick after pick. Not to mention, Doomfist and Zarya's ults combine really well together, often ending in a complete team wipe if you time them correctly. This being said, learning the proper timing between bubbling the Doomfist and the Doomfist going in is not easy. But if you master this combo, it can be one of the most lethal combos in the entire game, all the way up and through GM. Now, moving along to number 3, this is an obvious combo that many of you know, Rhine Zarya. That being said, I'm going to break down a couple of things that you might not think about when playing this duo, and if you're picking it up for the first time, let me tell you exactly how it should run the best. Firstly, Zarya needs to try to enable the Rhine into taking space. That being said, she also wants to get high energy charge, so oftentimes she's going to want her Rhine to swing in as she bubbles him because the enemy team will focus him down while the Rhine also creates more space. This is why it's really important to have synergy between your Zarya and Rhine, because it's often cycles of the Rhine pushing in while he's getting bubbled and retreating while the Zarya's bubbles are on cooldown. The Zarya really needs to take charge of the matchup and tell the Rhine exactly when she's ready to push forward and when her cooldowns are online. This is why if you play Zarya in team chat with a Rhine who's simply not talking, it can be devastating to your synergy. You could have a Rhine that goes in when you don't have a bubble, or a Rhine that retreats when you're ready to go in. On top of that, duo queuing in the first place can be a way that you guarantee getting a Rhine, because the worst thing that can happen to you is wanting to play Zarya while your ally locks Roadhog. This is an obviously strong combo, and definitely because of the PTR changes, Rhine Zarya is definitely going to be viable in ranked. Moving along to number 2, we have Ashe and Mercy. While Mercy synergizes with tons of characters on the list, Hanzo, Widow, Pharah, I think Ashe is pound for pound the best combination with Mercy, not just for the power that Mercy brings to the table, but for the power that Ashe gets to utilize as well. The biggest thing that this combo provides is the fact that a damage boost on Ashe changes the breakpoint, letting Ashe one-shot headshot an enemy 200 HP hero. This gives her the power of something like Widow or Hanzo, while being able to fire at an extremely rapid pace. Not to mention, because of her coach gun, she can evade damage really easily, and her dynamite also gets benefited from damage boost, doing tons of damage to the enemy team. Essentially, all around, Ashe is probably the best pound for pound pocket in the entire game, especially for ranked play. Having a Mercy that sticks with you and understands that damage boost on you has insane impact can allow you to get tons and tons of pickoffs. An Ashe can completely change a teamfight in a matter of seconds as long as she hits a couple of headshots in a row. This is a deadly combo that I think is extremely underplayed in ranked. Every time I go up against an Ashe Mercy combo, I feel extremely threatened peeking at all. Definitely try to abuse this combo going forward, and with the reducive shields, Ashe is going to be much better in ranked queue than ever before. Now, last but not least, this is the tried and true combo that everyone knows is one of the best combos in the game, but honestly, it's not played as a duo that often. IRISA Hog get our #1 spot. Now, everyone knows that IRISA Hog is one of the best combos in the game. It was meta for a long time. That being said, you would be surprised at the lack of pull hooks that many players get in the game. You have Hogs or IRISAs constantly complaining about a lack of synergy with their partner and a lack of execution of pull hooks. However, they don't jump into rank as a duo queue and specifically practice that combo. Pull hooks are literally free kills on the enemy. They require almost no setup, only an IRISA pull and a Hog hook. You can secure kills on flankers, people on the high ground, or even enemy tanks after you focus on the shield. Pull hooks are one of the most reliable ways to confirm free kills in a game, and free kills equals tons of free fight wins and free SR. I say free SR a lot. It might even become a meme at this point, but I literally mean free SR when you're playing IRISA Hog. It doesn't matter if the enemy team is playing double shield. Get crafty with your pull hooks. There's always an enemy player that's slightly out of position, and make sure that you call exactly what you're pulling. Say something like pulling McCree right or pulling Anna up, and make sure that your Hog is ready actively to try to secure the kill. I have a friend duo a while back lock IRISA Hog combo in plat, and by the end of their 2-week-long duo queue section, both of them were in masters. This shows you a fraction of the power of this combo, so please don't neglect this combo and try to queue up with this combo in mind from the beginning. Now, I know many of you might be asking, where can I go to find a duo partner? Because I want to play the game, however, none of my friends play Overwatch. In my opinion, the best place to go in order to find duo partners that you want to play with is go to the Elo Hell Esports Discord. Links will be in the description down below, and there'll be a section for looking for game competitive. You click this section and you can scroll through and find tons of people that want to duo actively. If you can't find anybody, you can easily put your information down there, and I'm sure someone will contact you wanting to duo. Apart from that, you can use the in-game duo feature in order to find someone that plays the role that you want and put the synergy that you want to run in the description bar or in the title. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. Any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Any video ideas that you want to see next, I would love to make them, so just throw your suggestions. I'm Coach Mills, and until next time. Do you want to develop yourself as a player whose skill is not only adaptable, but transcends multiple metas? Don't worry, we got you covered. GameLeap.com is the only place where you'll find skills that work you from the ground up so that you can have the solid fundamental that can transition through any meta that you can come across. Not only that, but we have hundreds of videos that stem from in-depth guides to tips and tricks that can help you be prepared to dominate your ranked environment and get that sweet, sweet SR. We're so confident that our product will help you that we offer a 10-day money-back guarantee. Come check us out risk-free in the links down below.